Video games used to be amazing. I think that's a pretty uncontroversial statement to make. Alright. Let me clarify this a little bit. Put the pitchforks away. I'm not talking about games specifically. There are great games out today. There will be great games in the future. There were great games in the past. Whatever generation you happen to grow up in, I'm sure there were amazing games to grow up with, especially in the 90s. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something deeper, something more meaningful, something at the foundation of the mystery of the human experience itself. Or at least something I find kind of interesting. And it goes like this. Do you remember being a kid, waking up in the early hours of the morning to run downstairs and turn on your favorite video game? Playing for hours on end, completely enraptured by this miracle unfolding before your very eyes. SpongeBob pajamas and a bowl of type 2 diabetes in hand. Those experiences that we had with our favorite games as children. Those magical moments. You have any success recapturing that feeling lately? Didn't think so. It's something completely unique to being a kid. And why is that? Well, I don't know. That's what I hope to answer in this video here. It's been a question that's been bouncing around in my head quite a bit lately, and I intend to find out. Part 1. We're all jaded as f***. We're too grown up, ladies and gentlemen. We've played too many video games, spent too long soaking in the stew, sucking up all those opinions and judgments about what's good and what's bad. You know, when we were kids, we didn't give a shit. We'd only existed for like 6 years and been functional humans for 3 of those. Our brains were like young, fresh, straight out the package sponges, just ready to suck up all that video game juice. And now our brains are like dirty smoker lung cigarette ashtrays talking about how thick Zelda is and which chipmunk gets the best head. We never had a chance. The second we logged onto the internet, in my opinion, it was all over. There was too much to do, too much to see, too much of the real world just staring into our virgin souls, taking that wide-eyed and magical optimism about everything the world could be and laying it out on a bed, mouth open, squatting over, and just taking a big Part 2, taking time. You know, another reason why I think the magic is gone is there's just a serious lack of time these days. You know, I'm an adult. I got bills and a job and responsibilities. Ugh. And even if you're a teen, you know, you got school and friends and drugs to do. We ain't at the age anymore where we could just chill in our pajamas all day, guilt-free, without a worry in the world. Not a single iota of brain power needed to be reserved for anything other than focusing completely on enjoying your Super Mario World experience. And nowadays, there's always a little bit of a looking over your shoulder kind of feeling, you know, making sure that those responsibilities ain't running up on you, gonna eat your soul and ruin your entire life. It's a bit of a trade-off in the end, really, you know? I mean, you get a job and the ability to buy these games whenever you want them, and in return, you just lose your innocence and the ability to enjoy anything at all ever again. Pretty fair, if you ask me. Part 3, nostalgia. Finally, I think this probably has a lot to do with nostalgia. I mean, think about it. Back in the day, were you completely taken with the joyous and wonderful occasion of being able to skip class to slam 5 Baconators and smoke weed in Jimmy's garage all afternoon? Probably not. At the time, it was just an average Tuesday. But as you sit now at your dead-end job, locked into a loveless marriage with 3 kids constantly on the verge of pushing you over the edge into the breaking point, Jimmy's garage seems like a pretty carefree time, to be honest. And I think that's probably the same thing that affects our view of childhood gaming as well. I mean, at least just a little bit. That's not to say that there isn't something inherently magical about those times. I'm just trying to be objective, you know, just trying to be scientific here, okay? Part 4, conclusion. Video games used to be amazing. The pure, fantastical magic of those old, nostalgia-fueled memories, making you look back and wish you could just recapture those old feelings, but you can't. It's not meant to happen. We're meant to move on and do actual human stuff, find new experiences, fall in love, get married, win the lottery, and get divorced over a cocaine and hooker binge. So many new and wonderful things with new and wonderful video games as well. But those old memories, the first spark, the first love that changed you and made you who you are today, they'll always be there for you in the back of your mind forever. And that's the video, folks. Ended it off on a sufficiently cheesy enough note, so I think my job is done. I know this was a little bit different than most of the videos that I usually kind of make. I should be getting back to the regular stuff soon after this, but this was something that was just bouncing around in my head a little. Thought I'd put it down on a script and see how she turned out. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to subscribe. Comment down below if you got thoughts on the topic and all of that. But yeah, other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya. Bye-bye.